It's very frustrating that even a year after I produced a video called The Smear Campaign Against Me and What You Should Know, that people continue to spread lies about me. And these lies are preventing people from listening to my message. Oh, that crazy lady that threatened her neighbor with a machete? Oh, I'm not going to listen to her. Oh, that animal abuser? Yeah, fuck her. I'm not going to listen to her. So I'm going to try to clear things up because evidently people didn't watch that video. I'm going to address a few things. Now, I used to be known as Canine Aversion, and before that, I had another YouTube channel which doesn't exist anymore. Back then, I was sort of following in the footsteps of I Hate Dogs, and I was copying his, delivery. I probably sounded a lot more hateful back then because I thought that that would be effective. People accused me of things, though, that I wasn't guilty of, that I was on a mission to kill all dogs. That was never my goal. I always said that I wanted dogs to be banned, dog ownership banned, and that I wanted dogs to be bred out of existence. I wanted to make it illegal to breed them. And yeah, I think that culling dogs is necessary because TNR doesn't work as I've demonstrated. But these people exaggerated stories, twisted them, and fabricated lies. I want to address a few of those. They claim that I defended a person who threatened a pregnant woman. I did defend a person who was a complete stranger. I thought it was just a fellow dog hater. At the time, I knew nothing about this person. I didn't know about these alleged threats he had made when I defended him. I didn't know about his threats. So that's that. They also say that I threatened my neighbor with a machete. I did not threaten my neighbor. I felt threatened by my neighbor. These people moved in with two pit bull mixes. One day, one of them was in my yard while my kids were outside playing. I did what any loving, protective parent would do. I went out to protect my children because I know what these dogs are capable of. People who think that I was being unreasonable are unaware. They are ignorant of the true nature of bully breeds and about how it has nothing to do with the owner, and it doesn't matter how you train them or raise them. These dogs are known to be the best dogs for many years until they launch unprovoked attacks when they are triggered. And they are triggered by things such as the sights and sounds of children playing, because those sights and sounds resemble the sights and sounds of a prey animal in distress. I have this awareness because I've been researching this for years. I don't wish for my children to become disfigured or killed by these unpredictable, bloodthirsty, remorseless predators. So I went out, I was armed, I had a machete because we don't own any guns. I went over to talk to my neighbor. I shooed the dog away. I went to talk to my neighbor from the end of his driveway. I didn't go onto his property. And I told him to keep his dogs on his property. And I did say that if his dogs come onto my property and approach my children, that I won't hesitate to kill them. That's what I did. People say I threatened my neighbor. No, I didn't. I felt threatened by him. And he was in the wrong. Yeah, the police were called. They came, but I didn't get in trouble with the law. The police sympathized with me. They understood my concerns. They were very nice to me. They understood that I only care about my children. And I didn't get into any trouble. What else? I kicked a service dog? No, I did not kick a service dog. I told the story on my old channel. People continue to spread these lies about me to call it a service dog. It wasn't a service dog. What happened was I was going to my husband's office with some artwork to hang in his office. This was on a weekend when the building should have been empty. It was a medical building. There should not have been anyone there. People in that building work only Monday to Friday. So we were expecting the building to be empty. He had the key to the back door. We were going to go up the stairs to his office when all of a sudden the door opened and out came a colleague of his with her pet dog. The dog was not a service dog. It was a regular pet dog. There was nothing special about this dog. It should not have been in that building. Dogs are not allowed in that building. Pet dogs are not allowed in that building. So she was in the wrong for two reasons. She should not have had her dog in that building. And number two, dogs need to be leashed in that area outside of the building. She didn't have it leashed. It immediately ran up to me, right up to me, and I didn't know if the dog was going to bite me. I didn't know if it was, friendly or not. And even if it was friendly, I didn't want I did not want any dog in my personal space. Dogs are filthy. They carry disease. I don't want it coming into contact with me. That is not unreasonable. I don't want its snot or saliva to be rubbed into me. And I put my foot out and I pushed it away with my foot. I did not hurt the dog. The dog was unharmed. I didn't really kick it. I just pushed it out of my way. And I felt violated. I felt that this was completely outrageous. Keep your dog under control. Don't assume that everyone loves dogs. If a human being had run up into my personal space, I would have kicked them as well. Why do dogs get a free pass to do things which are unacceptable for humans to do? This is stupid. This is ridiculous. So that's what happened. I did not mock any child for losing their dog. I uploaded a video in which I explained that a neighborhood dog was killed by a car. It was on the road and a car ran it over. This dog belonged to my child's friend, and I approached the camera and I whispered, "It's tragic." Because truthfully, I was glad the dog was killed because that dog was driving me crazy with its barking. It was causing me tremendous stress and impacting my health. So I was relieved when that dog died. So that wasn't mocking the child. The child never saw that video. I never said anything to the child about the dog dying, except "I'm very sorry to hear about your dog." I offered the child my condolences. It's just really frustrating that people make me out to be some kind of monster when I'm not. And so I'm a very loving, caring person. I'm so loving and caring that I don't fund the torture and death of animals. I don't eat them. I don't wear their skins or furs. I don't use their products in my cosmetics or my soaps and shampoos. I avoid all animal products. I haven't eaten animals since I was 18 years old. And I'm 47 now, so do the math. I expanded my circle of compassion when I was about 40 years old. Up until that point, I had owned dogs. I thought I loved dogs. I had all kinds of pets, every kind of pet you can imagine, pretty much. But when I got to be about 40 years old, I realized that owning a dog is cruel. It is cruel to keep animals imprisoned for my own selfish reasons. Keep them imprisoned in an unnatural human environment in which they don't belong. It is not loving to deprive them of their freedom, their natural behaviors, and train them to not behave like dogs. And also, feeding them animal products is not in line with my values. So I started to realize that, I care about animals so much that I can't keep pets anymore. That's how much I love animals. And then people call me an animal abuser. It's just ridiculous. I don't abuse animals. I don't wish to kill animals. I don't know what more to say. If I was really this animal-hating, violent, abusive person, why would I have reframed my channel and distanced myself from "I hate dogs"? Who does appear to support animal cruelty? I don't want anything to do with him. I have washed my hands of him, and I don't associate with him because I don't stand for that. I don't like to look at videos of dogs being killed or tortured. This makes me feel sick inside. Even though I hate dogs, I don't wish to see them harmed. I am just really tired of these lies, you know, because I don't want people to close their mind to my message because of something some ignorant hater of mine said, made a video. Many people have made many videos about me that are not true, and I guess it's to be expected. This is what people do, especially when you have an unpopular message that goes against what society is telling you. Like, look what they did to people who challenged the idea that the earth was the center of the universe. If you came along and you challenged that idea, bad things happen to you. Bad things happen to you when you think critically and challenge the status quo. I know this, but I want people to know that I'm not an animal abuser. I did not threaten my neighbor. I felt threatened by my neighbor. And then people say, oh yeah, but how would you feel if your neighbor came up to you with a machete? First of all, I would never, ever do anything to frighten my neighbor, to make them feel the need to arm themselves for protection. I would never do anything like that because I'm not an asocial asshole, I don't have narcissistic or psychopathic characteristics. I don't do things to bother them. I keep my music down. I don't throw crazy parties. I don't endanger them in any way. I don't give them any reason to become upset or threatened. So, yeah, that would never happen, So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. If you have any questions about these rumors and these lies that people are spreading online about me, please ask me to clarify in the comments, and I will do so. Those who know me know that I am a true animal lover. Animal lovers don't abuse animals. And another thing, when I talked about expanding my circle of compassion to include all animals, that circle of compassion of mine now includes the 200 animal species that are being driven to extinction by domestic dogs. And that is why I support the culling of dogs. There's no other solution. I have shown how TNR does not work. It doesn't even come close to working. So thanks for watching. I hope this clears things up. Let me know if you have any questions. The future is dog-free.